Hello students, I am Anuradha Kadam and now we are going to see 8th Science chapter 6 Combustion and Flame. So we have seen about the combustion and now in this video we are going to see about the flame. Now we will see about the flames. So you have observed that LPG flame, the candle flame. Are you able to distinguish the color? Both colors are same one. So obviously not. So there are different kinds of flame and the color of candle flame and flame of the kitchen stove, they are different one. But what exactly the flame? So the flame is zone of combustion of combustible substances. Here also just see the substances which vaporize during the burning and produce the flame. These are, suppose for example, kerosene oil and molten wax. Actually they rise through the wicks and vaporizes during the burning and forms the flames. Charcoal on the other hand does not vaporize and so does not produce a flame. So two kinds of flames are there. The substance which two kinds of combustible substances are there. One which producing the flame and one which not producing the flame. Which substances produce the flame? Yes, the substances which vaporize during the burning, they produces the flame, and the substances which do not vaporize during the burning, they do not produce the flame. For example, if you want to see the coal, charcoal, they are not producing the flame. Now see, we will see the structure of a candle flame. If you see the structure, so you will observe the different layers are there, correct? So the outermost layer which is blue in color, so it is a non-luminous zone in which actually in this zone there is the particles which is completely means where the complete combustion occurs. So it is actually the hottest part of the flame. So now we will see structure of a candle flame. You have seen the goldsmith blows the outermost zone of a flame with the metallic blowpipe. Yes, why? Because the outermost zone is the hottest part of the flame. If you see the color, so normally it is in blue color. Okay, it is in non-luminous zone. Means here the complete combustion process is over. In middle there is the mandatory hot, that is the middle zone, which is yellow in color. Yes, it is the luminous zone. Some partial means combustion remains there. And at least means the innermost zone which is black in color. So there are the unburned wax particles or wax vapors are there. So the goldsmith is always using only the upper or the outer zone for melting the gold as well as silver. So just see inner zone which is least hot, middle zone which is moderate hot, and outer zone which is the hottest part. Now see structure of candle in detail. So the candle flame has the three main zones. They are outer zone, middle zone and inner zone. In the outer zone, complete combustion of the fuel takes place and the color of the flame is blue and it is the hottest part of the flame. It is non-luminous part of the flame. In middle zone, partial combustion of the fuel takes place and the color of the flame is yellow and is moderately hot part of the flame. It is the luminous part of the flame. and in the inner zone there are unburnt vapors of fuel and the color is black, and yes, it is the least hot part. Now we will see types of fuel. If you want to distinguish the types of fuel, so we can distinguish the fuel type as a solid fuel, liquid fuel, as well as the gaseous fuel. If you are aware that which solid fuels are there, yes, wood, coal, charcoal. Liquid fuel, yes, kerosene, petrol, diesel, and gaseous fuel, they are the CNG, LPG, biogas, and hydrogen. So all these are the different types of fuels. What are the characteristics of the good fuel? So the main characteristic of good fuel are, first, it should be readily available. Correct. So as we have seen that whenever we want any kind of fuel, so we need to use it as it is, means no any extra work or extra process should be there. So it is readily available. It should be cheap. Correct. It should be cheap. Means we have to no need to spend more money on that. It easy to store and transport. So whenever we want to transfer that fuel, so it should be easy to store as well as to transport. Burn at moderate rate. At moderate rate means, as we have seen the ignition point. So if it took more ignition point, so it is not the characteristic of the good fuel. Produce a large amount of heat. Yes, obviously why we require the fuel to produce the heat. Okay, so the fuel which produce the large amount of heat, it is the good one. Does not leave behind any undesirable substances. Means after burning, if it is residues are more, so it is not the characteristic of the good fuel, and does not cause pollution. As you are aware, because of the combustion, the air pollution occurs, and means that is not the good characteristics of the fuel. So the good fuel does not cause more pollution. Now, the calorific value of a fuel. The calorific value of a fuel is the amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel. The calorific value of a fuel is expressed in kilojoule per kg. See here, some fuels are given and their calorific value. So, cow dung cake gives us 6,000 to 8,000 watt. Yes, the heat. Wood means what are the calorific value? See here what it means whenever we are combusting the 1 kg of the fuel, we are getting that much means whatever kilojoule energy or whatever kilojoule energy is produced, it is known as the calorific value. If you consider the wood, so 70,000 to 22,000. Coal, if you consider 25,000 to 33,000. Petrol, kerosene, diesel, they all are having the same value, that is 45,000 calorific value. If you consider the methane, then it need 50,000 calorific value. CNG also having 50,000. LPG's value if you consider, so 55,000. Biogas 35 to 40,000, and the most hydrogen or the highest calorific value having the hydrogen, which is 1,50,000. Yes, hydrogen has the highest calorific value among all the fuel, and cow dung cake having the lowest calorific value among all those fuel. So, what are the harmful effects on the environment due to burning of fuels? So, the fuels like wood, coal, petroleum releases unburned carbon particles which cause respiratory diseases like asthma. So, whenever the unburned carbon particle releases in the air as it is, so through our respiration system, they enter in our body and causes the different asthmatic or the respiratory diseases. Second one, the incomplete combustion of fuel releases carbon monoxide gas, which is very poisonous gas, which can cause the death. Yes, as you are aware, the incomplete combustion of the fuel gives carbon monoxide gas, and it is very poisonous gas. Carbon monoxide is very poisonous, so it is very dangerous to burn the coal in a closed room. The carbon monoxide gas produced, whatever carbon monoxide produced through this combustion, it can kill person if sleeping in that room. So yes, that is why it is advised that never sleep in a room with burning or smoldering coal fire in it. Now we will see third one. So burning of most fuel releases carbon dioxide gas, which causes rise in temperature of the atmosphere. This is called global warming. It causes melting of polar ice, rise in sea level, and flooding of coastal areas. So yes, combustion of the most fuel which releases the carbon dioxide in the environment, it increases the concentration of the carbon dioxide in the air, which is believed that the cause of the global warming, because carbon dioxide is not releasing the temperature or not releasing the heat. So global warming is the rise in the temperature of the atmosphere of the earth, and this results among other things in the, as we have seen, the melting of polar glaciers, which leads to the rise in the sea level, which causes the floods in the coastal area, and low-lying coastal area may even be permanently submerged under the water. Now the fourth one, burning of coal and petroleum releases oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, which dissolve in the rainwater and forms acid rain. It is harmful for crop, soil and damage building. Yes, it's very very harmful effect. One of the harmful effect, that burning of the coal and diesel releases the sulfur dioxide gas. It is an extremely suffocating and corrosive gas. So moreover, petrol engine gives off gaseous oxides of nitrogen. So oxides of sulfur and nitrogen dissolve in the rainwater and form acid, and such rain is called acid rain. Yes, it is very harmful for the crops, buildings and soil. So you have already aware about all these things, that how Taj Mahal is get affected by that pollution. So the use of diesel and petrol as a fuel in automobile is being replaced by CNG. CNG means what? Compressed natural gas. Because of that, what happened? The CNG is very cleaner fuel. It produces very small amount of the harmful gases. So it is more cleaner. So yes students, in this chapter we have seen that the substances which burn in air are called combustible. Oxygen is essential for combustion. During the process of combustion, heat and light are given out. Ignition temperature is the lowest temperature at which combustible substances catches fire. Inflammable substances have very low ignition temperature. Fire can be controlled by removing one or more requirements essential for producing fire. As well as we have seen that water is commonly used to control the fire, but water cannot be used to control fires involving the electrical equipment or oils. So there are various types of combustion such as rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion and explosion. There are 3 different zones of flame: dark zone, luminous zone and non-luminous zone. If we consider the ideal fuel, so it should be cheap, readily available, readily combustible, easy to transport and it has the high calorific value. It does not produce gases or residues that pollute the environment. So the fuels differ in their efficiency and cost. Fuel efficiency is expressed in terms of its calorific value, which is expressed in units of kilojoule per kg. Unburned carbon particles in the air are a dangerous pollutant causing respiratory problems. Incomplete combustion of a fuel gives poisonous carbon monoxide gas. Increased percentage of carbon dioxide in air has been linked to global warming. Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen produced by burning of coal, diesel as well as petrol cause the acid rain, which is harmful for crops, buildings and soil. So in this way we have seen the chapter. Thank you.